Oh, me and Puma Pants are very grateful to see you. Looney was not happy with my departure, and we spent a good deal of time last night bonding. Uh, Boy, it seems like weeks since we sat to meditate together every time I go away on retreat. It's such a deep experience, and it takes a while to get back in the groove, but I feel it coming now. And the if memory serves, we spoke about miracles on Monday. I selected a whopping big topic, and it really is. And when I was on retreat, we do a labyrinth walk, and uh, one of the nights there was a exceptional number of stars out, and I forget how many stars there are. There's a lot, and up in Sonoma with a little less ambient light, and before the moon, it was a full moon. Before the moon came up, I just saw so many stars, and I kind of went out a little while later just by myself, and I kind of had this thought that if somebody was really in great need of a miracle, and we've all been there, and we might go out on a starry night and look up at the stars and look at the glory and the wonder of it all. And we might, from the center of our heart, cry out, God, can you please give me a sign? Can you show me something that will give me the encouragement to keep going? And then the voice that I heard that God might say back is, this isn't enough. And it kind of made me chuckle, because it's, while we're in the process of looking at signs and wonders, I know for myself, I can miss the glory of exactly the way that it is. And it's an interesting way to look at it. And it's this idea that everything's a miracle or nothing is. And it's funny how the mortal mind, looking up at the Milky Way and the moon and the stars and the galaxies and the shooting stars and the comets and the planets, would look out into that and say, can you show me a sign? And to some degree, a sign of a miracle is, how about a zebra, a horse with stripes on it? Are you kidding? How about the gleam in a child's eye? How about the waves crashing on the ocean? And anything else that we could look at. And it just has occurred to me that the experience or the feeling or the sense that life is miraculous is definitely a cultivated sense, because it's simply, it's not necessary. It's not necessary to think that life is miraculous. I post my little talks on YouTube, and while I got many positive comments, I got a comment from a very bright scientific mind that asked me if I had read any Lawrence Krauss, and he's very much a physicalist or a naturalist, and very much against the idea of the holy, the sacred, or the reverent, or the religious, or the spiritual. He's just simply what you call an atheist. And one of his books is something to do with something from nothing, and it's a very sophisticated explanation, or he tries to explain how everything comes from nothing without any need of any supernatural or transcendent, and that's fine. It's available. So I know for myself that the exercise, the daily pausing frequently and cultivating the sense that every moment is a miracle, the way my cat feels in my hand and the way that breath feels going into my nose. And yes, sometimes I really do want a sign from God. I need vision. Without signs and wonders, I will perish. And yet there are so many signs all around me. And I know for myself, one of the things that defeats the sense of the miraculous is I'm just so damn familiar with things. I turn my computer on, I think I understand it, or I flip the light switch on. And yeah, I understand that. There's electricity, and truly, I understand so very little. I'm very familiar with things, but it doesn't mean that I understand it. And so perhaps our assignment today, if we're willing to accept it, is to remember the subtlety of miracles, that in every moment there's a way of looking at things. Marianne Williamson, a wonderful spiritual writer before she became a political candidate, but back when she was doing more spiritual writing, I loved how she said that miracles, the deepest miracle is a change, is a perceptual change, because in any given moment we can look out and without anything on the outside changing, we can cultivate and remember and reawaken a sense of the miraculous. And then when we change the way we look at things, the things that we look at change. And this simply means that if we look out from a sense of miracle, wonder, awe, splendor, gratitude, and appreciation, if we cultivate that, then everything we see in every environment, every moment will be a miracle. Anyway, it's great to be back, and we'll have a chance to visit tomorrow. Have a beautiful day.